convertible car.
I can edit all this out.
3, 2, 1. I'm Mark McDougald. This is Life as You Own It. And this segment, we are joined by none other than the incomparable and beautiful Felicia McDougald. Felicia, how you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for asking.
Well, Felicia is a regular guest on the show. I twist her arm, drag her into the studio, and I love to have people that know their business. And Felicia is one of those. She is a principal for Midwest Professional Insurance Services, and she knows her stuff. So as our regular listeners can relate, we like to bring in people smarter than Craig and I to help you be armed and dangerous with information you need to protect yourself and make sure the roof over your head doesn't have a bunch of leaks in it. Or, in this case, to make sure that if it does have leaks, it doesn't fall down and injure someone, because we're talking about liability and liability insurance. What are they? Why do you need them? How to protect yourself. Okay, Felicia, how you doing today?
Doing great.
Well, thank you for coming in on this segment. Okay, first of all, tell our listeners and our viewers about liability insurance. What is it?
It's the insurance that covers the other guy, so it doesn't cover you. So regardless of what kind of insurance you're talking about, home or auto, liability is always for your neighbor, your friend, your family, anybody but you.
It covers them in the event they're injured.
In the event they're injured, it could be property damage, and
so it
anything
protects
you're
you.
liable
I'm sorry,
for.
when I say covers, I'm sorry, it's semantics, but when I protects you, but covers them.
That's
right?
correct.
To clarify,
That's
folks.
correct.
Okay.
Right. So you can't have a liability claim on yourself. It's got to be with somebody else.
Okay.
All right.
So quickly, let's talk about what are the most common ones that homeowners or business owners see.
No shock here, folks. A very common one: dog bites. I mean, I hate to. I know. Kick a dead horse, but that is a really, really big one. And we see suits that are a lot of family members. The dog is in the garage, grandma comes in, the dog isn't usually there. That's an automatic liability suit, which is amazing. So, and if you don't think your dog will bite somebody, think again, because that's what we hear.
Our dog bite our grandma, and we're still in a lawsuit for that. Just kidding. Okay, what else?
Swimming pools. Obviously, again, that's a really, really big one here, folks. And 50% of drownings from children come from neighbors, family, friends. So this is not somebody down the street wandering into your property. Okay,
right.
These are the kids that are there to play on a play date, and you leave the sliding glass door and you don't have an alarm on it, and someone went in after a ball and couldn't get to the edge of the pool.
You had an interesting statistic about the number of the increase percentage-wise of just drownings whenever there was 4 fences around versus 3 fences. What was that?
Difference in 83%. So if you have a 3-sided fence, you are 83% more likely to have an incident than if you have a 4-sided fence. And what that tells you, folks, is the entrance from the home to the pool is your issue. Really. You know? I don't know how practical it is to have that fence. But
it's very practical if you got an 83% decrease in the likelihood of someone drowning. So, all right, what's next?
Slips and falls. Again,
Ouch.
Very obvious, we know this, but construction stuff. If you're redoing your bathroom and you're having a play date with the kids or having the soccer team over, clean it up, cordon it off, stick it in the bathroom, shut the door, lock it, do what you need to do. You are responsible for those children or other adults in your home, period. Okay? So, slips and falls. Also, driveway and sidewalk.
Right.
If you have a broken driveway, if the tree roots are growing up through there, you are responsible for that.
Someone
folks.
falls, trips, breaks their nose. Someone
it sounds crazy.
Driving on it and injures themselves, wrecks their car, whatever it is.
And
you're responsible.
Here's the important point. Though you have insurance to pay for it, if you have these claims, you're going to pay for it there as well. So we're trying to help you save money.
Okay,
not just,
next.
Yep.
What's another big one?
Let's see. Staircases. Big one, staircases. If there is a staircase, the railings, the steps, everything there needs to be in perfect working order. If there aren't railings, you need to get them. Those are standard
Make sure the railings there. Make sure they're
people.
safe. Bottom line is, do all these things. Make sure you're protecting yourself and the people that are on your property. And what else?
I've got a couple gimmies here that people don't often think about.
Okay.
You are liable for your neighbor's home. So we have home fires a lot. It happens. And if your home catches the neighbor's home on fire, guess whose problem that is?
Right.
It's yours.
Okay.
So you've got to carry enough insurance to cover your next door neighbor, folks.
Okay,
because
so
that insurance company's going after you.
All right, you told us everything, how we can hurt people in our house, and what we need to be careful of these things.
That's right.
So what do I do to protect myself?
You get insurance. Okay. Call your insurance agent and just say, I want to make sure my personal liability is at least a minimum of $300,000.
So personal liability is what it's called. It's also called an umbrella.
Well, an umbrella's on top of that, and that expands your personal liability. So if you have some net worth, you need to talk about an umbrella. But other than that, just start with 300,000, folks. Keep it simple. Start there, add on from there.
All right, Felicia, thanks so much
You're
for
welcome.
joining us for this segment. We appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Love you.
Love you too.